Ambassador Elena Vasquez stepped out of the atmospheric transport onto the crystalline platform of Kepler station, her diplomatic credentials gleaming on her chest. The artificial gravity felt lighter than Earth standard, making each step calculated and deliberate. Behind her, Marcus Kane followed silently, his augmented eyes scanning the crowd with mechanical precision. The Centaurian delegation awaited them in the main concourse, their elongated forms draped in ceremonial biosilk that shifted colors with their emotional states. Currently, the fabric displayed muted grays and blues, neutral, but tinged with underlying tension. Ambassador Vasquez, the lead Centaurian, throne voice Kepler, spoke through his translation matrix. "We welcome you to these proceedings." Elena nodded diplomatically. The uranium mining rights dispute had dragged on for 3 standard years, threatening the fragile peace between Earth's colonial authority and the Centaurian hegemony. Both species needed the rare isotopes found in the Proxima asteroid belt, but neither would yield. Marcus remained 2 steps behind and slightly to the right, optimal protection positioning according to his tactical subroutines. His synthetic skin looked perfectly human, but beneath lay titanium carbon composite bones and a neural processor capable of calculating 1,000 combat scenarios per second. The delegation moved toward Conference Hall Alpha, passing through scanner arrays that probed for weapons, explosives, and biological threats. Marcus's internal systems registered the scans washing over his disguised frame, his quantum encryption protocols automatically spoofing the readings to show baseline human physiology. "The terms remain unchanged," throne voice Kepler was saying as they walked. "Exclusive mining rights to sectors 7 through 12 in exchange for technological patents on gravitic manipulation." Elena's response was diplomatic but firm. "Earth cannot accept those terms. The asteroid belt represents our species' primary source of heavy elements for fusion reactors. We propose joint mining operations with shared profits." The Centaurian's biosilk flashed angry red for a microsecond before returning to neutral gray. Marcus's threat assessment protocols elevated the danger level by 12%. They entered the conference hall, a vast chamber with a transparent aluminum dome showing the star field beyond. Representatives from 17 different species occupied the observer galleries, their various atmospheric requirements maintained by localized life support fields. The arbitrator, a crystalline being from the vegan collective, materialized at the center podium. "Let the proceedings." Alarms shrieked through the station's communication system. Emergency lighting bathed everything in crimson as blast doors began sealing. Marcus's enhanced hearing picked up the distinctive whine of military-grade disruptor rifles powering up. "Attention," a voice boomed through the station speakers. "This is Commander Reynolds of the Terran Separatist Movement. Ambassador Vasquez is hereby under arrest for crimes against human sovereignty." Armored figures burst through the chamber's emergency exits, their weapons trained on the diplomatic party. Elena's face remained composed, but Marcus detected her elevated heart rate and stress hormone levels. "Ambassador," Marcus said quietly, his voice carrying undertones of mechanical precision. "Please step behind me." The lead separatist, identifiable by his command stripes, raised his weapon. "Surrender now, and no one needs to." Marcus moved. His artificial muscles, designed to mimic human limitations, shed their constraints. He crossed the 20-meter gap in 1.7 seconds, his enhanced reflexes allowing him to deflect the incoming disruptor beam with his forearms' integrated shielding. The energy blast scattered harmlessly against the dome. The Separatist commander barely had time to register surprise before Marcus's hand closed around his throat. "Unauthorized hostile action detected," Marcus announced, his voice now carrying the flat efficiency of a military AI. "Initiating protection protocols." Elena watched as her bodyguard, whom she'd always assumed was simply an exceptionally well-trained human operative, systematically disabled the assault team with impossible speed and precision. His movements were too fluid, too calculated, too perfect. Within 30 seconds, 12 armed separatists lay unconscious on the chamber floor. Marcus straightened his jacket and returned to his position behind Elena as if nothing had happened. Ambassador, he said, his voice returning to its carefully modulated human tones. Shall we continue with the negotiations? The Centaurian delegation's biosilk had shifted to a brilliant gold, the color of profound respect. Throne voice Kethera's translation matrix crackled as he spoke. Perhaps we should reconsider those joint mining operations. Elena smiled, finally understanding why Earth's colonial authority had assigned her such an unusual bodyguard. I think that would be wise.